This video is a introduction to this channel and what it's going to be about, like what am I gonna do on the channel and what can you expect to experience through this YouTube channel. It's also us documenting, me and my girlfriend Stine documenting packing our lives down in Aarhus, where we came from in Denmark, the big city, moving to the countryside here in Italy, the little city on a mountaintop with beautiful views and nice people and a little cool society where everybody's welcome. And it's also about living the dream, actually doing something about your dreams and not just talking about them. So that's what we've done here. And I really want to do something about my dreams before I turn 70. I've worked all my life, and so I don't regret it when I get old that I didn't take a chance in my life. I've always wanted to take a chance, and this is us taking a chance in our lives. So what can you expect? Luckily, before we moved here, I dreamed that I would try to make my own olive oil, but I expected I would have to wait a lot of time and then maybe also buy or rent my own land with olive trees on. But we are so lucky that our landlord, Vittorio, he has a little olive grove which he's not gonna harvest because he doesn't have the time. He's focused on his own job and all sorts of other things, so we don't have time to it. So he's offered Stine and I we could do it, so that's going to be exciting to make our own olive oil. I really look forward to doing that. So that's going to be a cool experience. I also hope it's going to be some great content here on the channel. And I really like the process of making your own food from scratch, and like it's from earth to table. I really love it. So that's going to be an exciting experience, I hope. It's also going to be me doing a lot of DIY products, like do it yourself. For example, I want to turn our car, our Berlingo, into a camping wagon. Like go through all the steps of what it takes to make it more suitable for camping. It gives a nice comfort, because we're always used to traveling with tent and living in a backpack. It'll be nice to be able to take some trips where you have a little more with you. So the whole process of turning the Berlingo into a camper wagon is also going to be here on the channel. Also, I'm trying to make our garden at our house a bonsai garden, and making bonsai stands for all the trees so they look good instead of just being spread around on the ground in the garden. That's also going to be one of my projects. Also, Stine and I are going to go hiking and experience Italy, and that's also going to be a big part of the channel. So what can you do here in Italy, and how do you experience it well? So that's also going to be a big part of it. Also, I'm going to be doing some ridiculous shit, for instance, like run to the ocean. I think there's about 37 kilometers there, and I'm going to do it without training for it. So we'll see if I make it. Also, I'm going to be trying to do 5,000 squats in 24 hours and seeing if that's possible, if I break down during those 24 hours. So that's also going to be a funny challenge for me. Also, the greater goal with this channel is also Stine and I dreaming of opening a bed and breakfast at some point. So we're going to be working on finding the perfect place and probably renovating it, because I dream of doing that, and us having a long thought process, because we really want to live on the countryside. And is it possible to attract people this far away from big cities and the ocean, as so many tourists always want? So yeah, can we attract enough people to make it a good business to have a bed and breakfast in the countryside? So we're gonna have to find that out. Do we have to move closer to a big city, or is it okay that we have like more than an hour's drive to one of the big cities such as Lucca or Pisa? So that's also going to be a long thought process. Yeah, and that's about it. I'm just going to try to talk a little bit about the first time here. I'm going to be looking down because I've taken some notes. When we first arrived to this little city, Turano, it was very dark and we couldn't see anything, and I was very tired because I drove the whole way. We had a pit stop halfway, but still we didn't get good sleep there in the hotel. So 24 hours behind the wheel and you're very tired. And this little charming city that we live in now is on a hill, is on a little mountaintop, and the roads here were incredibly small, and we had a heavy trailer, so it was very uncomfortable driving up here, and we were very nervous and stressed out, and it all seemed like too much of the work, and is this a big mistake? And when we then came to the city, we just picked up Frick the cat and the small necessary bags for us to sleep, and went to the house, and we went to sleep, and the mattress was just very hard, so we didn't get a good night's sleep. But the next morning, when the light was shown on the whole city, everything seemed a little less stressing and a little more welcoming of us. But we found out that we couldn't drive the trailer or the car up to the house, so we had to carry it up a long hill, as you'll see in this video as well. That was very tough work, but I knew where to begin, and I could see how far I've come during the emptying of the trailer and the car. Stine and I made the deal that she cleaned the house and I would empty the trailer and carry everything up the hill up to the house. But the fact that we can't drive here with the car and the trailer also makes it that more charming, that there's no cars in the street and they're very small and intimate, very nice. And during the day, there's no guy in the city called Giuseppe. He has this machine with caterpillars on that can climb the hill, and he offered to start it and help me carry up all my stuff. Like, to think a 90-year-old man helping me carry all the stuff up with his cool machine, driving that, he's just very boss. So we got it all up here, and now I've told everybody that I'm gonna upload just when I got here, but I didn't, because yeah, we just had a lot of work to do, and we felt like we couldn't relax because we were not unpacked, but we're finally unpacked and the house is starting to look like a home. And I'll soon upload the first video, and now I'm just talking about all the cool stuff that happened to us. And we also, and after moving all in, Giuseppe, the old guy there on the street, offered us some wine, and I broke my no drinking year by having half a glass of wine, which is his own wine he made like in 2016. He had a vineyard up the mountain here, but he stopped making wine because he's too old, he says. But damn, that wine tasted like the best wine I've ever had. I don't know if it's the sentimental value, but like there were so many nuances in it. I'm not a wine guy or anything, but it was so amazing. I felt bad refusing it. And I've been at Giuseppe now 3 times during these 5 days, where he keeps offering me wine and saying that I'm not a man if I don't drink wine. But I've refused the 2 other times. But it's hard because it's so good. But I want to really try not drink this year and see where this challenge brings me. The next thing, but during these 5 days, we almost learned the whole city. We almost know the whole city. Everybody's so welcoming. It's such a big contrast to the big apartment building where we lived in Aarhus. We knew nobody, none of our new neighbors. Of course, some we waved and smiled to when we walked past them, but definitely not everybody. And this is just way more me. I feel like I fit better in here, and we know everybody, and everybody helps each other. Everybody stormed, and also our host, the guy who's renting us a house, Vittorio, he also helped carry stuff up to our house, and yeah, it's just amazing. And we've also been out eating with him and showing us the area and telling us everybody. We just feel so welcome. It's really, this adventure in Italy is really starting to feel like the right decision. In the beginning, like I said, the steep hills with the heavy trailer, and it's almost feeling like the car couldn't handle the steep hills. But now it's really starting to feel like a good decision. And there's also a lot of stray cats in the city, so Frick is not totally comfortable getting out of the house, but she'll get there, I think. We have these 2 small kittens, which is also going to be a lot on the channel, I think, because they are always in this garden. And one of them had bad eye infection, and luckily Stina had some eye drops from our own cat Frick that we can give it, and it's already way better, and it's starting to feel good. So cozy to have these two kittens living with us in our garden. And we, as I said earlier, the one is called the Spin Doctor because she's always purring, even though you don't pet her, and the other one is called Mette F because she's a lot more shy than the Spin Doctor, and that's kind of like our Prime Minister in Denmark. She's afraid of critical questions. She always runs away from her responsibility, so that's pretty funny. It's just amazing here, and I have all my bonsai trees like I've always dreamed of lined up all over the garden, our little garden. And look, here is the Spin Doctor with her open eyes. She almost couldn't have her eyes open when we first arrived, but now she has had a lot of eye drops and she's way better, so that's amazing. And over there is Mette F. She's very shy, she doesn't come close, but the Spin Doctor always wants to be petted. Barbara Bertelsen is always great to pet with. Thanks for watching my first video here on YouTube. Sorry for all the Danglish. I hope you enjoyed it, and if you want to see more, like and subscribe. Peace out.